Looking for dating advice. Hey, Lewis, I'm from Canada, and I'm seeing this guy. Gay dating advice. Here we go. I'll try my best. I'm from Canada, and I'm seeing this guy who is from a pretty fucked area. It's up north, the Frankston of Canada. Super depressing place to live, rampant alcoholism, drug abuse, etc. He drinks, and I do not. I don't think I've ever met a sober gay. Have you ever met a sober gay?
I don't think so.
Me neither. Interesting.
Cool.
Good on you. I tell you what, it's pretty fucking gay, but good on you. I don't drink at all. None of my friends get drunk. I don't go to bars. Man, this is going to be the most boring gay in Canada.
This sounds like you, Lewis.
Hey!
It does.
Yeah, I if I was in Canada, I would be the most boring gay in Canada. I really like this guy, and I want to learn how to hang with the boys. Do you have any advice for being the sober person around drunk people or dating someone with different substance habits than you? This is a great question for me because Jazz loves a bit of meth. I don't expect him to change his consumption of alcohol for me. If he does, that will be a choice he makes for himself. Yeah, look, this is honestly, as a sober person, I've never drunk, and I live in Australia, which has a very big binge drinking culture, and everybody drinks. I'm the only sober person that I know, other than my girl. It's not a big deal at all. Like, you're kind of overthinking it. I think that actually depends how old you are. If you're like 16 to 20, it's kind of a big deal. And that's, in my experience, mostly due to the people around you. In my experience, being a sober person growing up where people were starting to drink and parties and bars and binge drinking was starting, the biggest problem I ever got was from people being self-conscious around me, like thinking that I would think less of them because they were drinking in front of me, like thinking that I didn't drink because I thought it was a bad thing to do for everybody, which I just don't, my personal reason is I don't have any interest in it. I'm not excited by it, and I think it's going to hold me back. And also, I know that every person who's older than me, more successful or less successful, goes, oh yeah, you're doing the right thing. And all I see from people older than me is them trying to quit and failing because it's really fucking hard. So my reasoning for not drinking is I don't see the appeal in it. I don't feel like I'm missing out on things, and I feel like if I were to start, I would just end up quitting anyway, so I'm just going to skip that. If people drink around me, I don't care, as long as they're not harming themselves or other people. I have no opinion on it really. And the only time I got a lot of negativity, but it was always from people who drank who felt self-conscious around me, like I would be judging them. Which I don't think was something that I put out there. I genuinely don't think that I judge. Like, you know, I fucking live in Frankston. Like, I see the shit all the time. And I don't think it's good, but I'm not like, oh, you shouldn't do that. Because, you know, people make their own choices. So I think that if you're young, it does feel like a much bigger deal than it is. But once you hit like 20... And also, once people just work out that you just don't drink and you can't be convinced as well, that's another thing, is like, you know, I'd be like, oh, I don't drink, and there'd be a lot of peer pressure. Like, come on, try. Oh, dude, you haven't even had one? Man, I'm gonna be the person who gets you drunk. Oh, dude, you would be so funny if you were high. Like, all of that shit. Like, oh, man, I wonder what Lewis would be like if he was high. Like, all of that fucking shit, that goes away after, like, 3 times of you going out with that person or that group. If you can just say no like 3 or 4 times, and then they'll just stop offering, and then it doesn't even become a thing anymore. I don't get, unless it's a person that I've just met, I do not get offered alcohol anymore because everyone just knows in my life that I don't and that I will not change. So it just becomes like something that's not even discussed. If that isn't true for you, you're hanging around the wrong people, right? If like after 5 times of you going, I don't drink, they're still pushing on you, I wouldn't hang out with those people anymore because they're just gonna probably drag you down and try and ruin your life, basically. But yeah, in terms of like, do you have any advice for being the sober person around drunk people? Yeah, don't be don't judge people. When people ask you why you drink, you don't have to give them a big spiel. You're going to say, it's not for me. Dating someone with different substance habits than you. Jazz used to drink, and that was years and years ago because she decided to stop drinking, which I think was definitely better for our relationship because, you know, sometimes she would be like, oh, I just feel weird like getting drunk around you, or I feel like you're not having as much fun if you have to look after me, which I suppose is kind of true. Sometimes it was, sometimes it wasn't. I would say that it's a little bit more difficult when someone does do something that you don't, right? But it's also not the end of the world, you know? I never really thought about like, oh, this is fucked that she drinks, or I don't want to be with someone who drinks. It was just something that wasn't for me. I wouldn't want to be with a problem drinker for sure, but someone leisurely drinking, that's all my friends. So I can be friends with those people. I think you might be overthinking it, maybe, is kind of what I think. But I'm not a sober gay. I'm just a sober straight. Any thoughts? As an alcoholic gay, Rosie?
As an alcoholic gay, what do I think? I agree with what Lewis said. I think it's not a big deal unless it does start to impact your relationship in a negative way.
Yeah.
But even like social hangouts, like going out with the boys or whatever, you don't have to drink.
No.
And you
No, you
can
don't
kind
have
of
to.
just like have fun. So.
Yeah. Yeah, people think I don't know, a lot of people can't even comprehend the idea of them having fun without drinking as an adult, but a lot of those people haven't really tried it as well, and that's why they can't comprehend it. Like, I can't really comprehend having fun drunk because I've never tried that. I'm sure that it would be fun and it would happen for me if I were to drink, but I can't really like think or picture of what that would be like or what I would do if I were to drink. So the opposite is true for most other people. So usually, yeah, the biggest problem with not drinking is self-conscious drinkers around you, in my experience. So yeah, I would say just you're overthinking it. There's really nothing to do. Just don't be and you'll be fine.